So I'm going to add at least one more tree to this. You can actually add as many as you want that make that make it feel like it's set in there. What I'm going to do is, if you follow along with my Illustrator videos, you also know that I've created a tree that's completely an Illustrator object. So I just went back to this, and I'm going to just grab this tree and paste it into Photoshop to sort of show you how that works. Now this tree is looking a little small, meaning like it's a little immature tree. So I'm going to maybe just make the tree wider to give it more of a round look. Maybe add more leaves to it. Somewhere around like this. We'll see if this works. And so this object is just a trunk, and the leaves are all two objects. So I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to Control C for copy. And I can copy this right into Photoshop. So I can just Control V, paste this into place. I might think for a second. Let's see. There we go. All right, and it's going to tell me I can do different things. And for this case, pixels is fine. Smart objects would sort of more link it in, but it's fine to do that. I'm going to sort of, oops, did not mean to move the center point there. I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to scale this tree up. Of course, trees are pretty small. And I could, I've got trees over on that side. That's what I'm thinking on this side. Trees probably bigger than my building, depending on where it's set. I did Control. Well, when I get this about right, I can set it in there, and I can decide. Obviously, it's not going to be set on top of this tree, so I've got a layer problem. I just need to drop that below that layer, and I have to decide: do I want it behind my house? If I want it behind my house, I just drop this layer all the way down below my building layer, or house layer, whatever you called it, and then I can put it behind my building like that, which is probably not a bad move for the way that this image is sort of starting to be composed. This tree, though, also works, I think, well above the building, because it's sort of, is transparent enough to sort of see in like this. But I think that is just, I've got this tree here and that tree there. I don't need that, so I'm going to put mine back behind the building like that. Now you can decide whether you can go and do any Photoshop trick on this tree still. So I could do Edit Brightness Contrast, for example, and to brighten it up or darken it up, which I think is what I'm going to just do a little bit, so we can actually read it as a tree fairly easily, like that. There we go. You can do things too, like hue saturation. So I can, make it a different color tree. Not that blue is right, but maybe an orange tree or things like that pretty simply. I'm going to cancel out of that and just keep a green tree for now. And there we go. That will be my tree that I will add. And I'm going to follow up with this video, I think, for this week, one more week, which is, of course, adding shadow to these trees and people. Very similar to the last time, but a little trick that'll help you out doing that.